Hello, everyone. I'm Sue Fortunato Esbach, Director of Regulatory and Sustainability at Ascent, and I would like to briefly tell you about upcoming deadlines for the EU packaging regulation. If you sell industrial equipment or electronics into the EU, the 12th of August 2026 is a date you cannot ignore. This day marks the enforcement date of the EU's new Packaging and Packaging Waste Regulation, or PPWR in short. And from that point on, non-compliant packaging will no longer have EU market access. This isn't just about retail boxes or consumer-facing packaging. The scope is much broader. It includes sales packaging, transport packaging, protective packaging for components, and even business-to-business shipments. Whether you are shipping finished equipment, supplying components, or selling to industrial users, if your products move across borders into the EU in any form, PPWR applies to you. It doesn't matter that you don't manufacture the packaging yourself. The legal manufacturer who has to ensure compliance with the regulation is the brand owner of the packaged product. From the 12th of August 2026, your packaging needs to meet several key compliance requirements. Firstly, minimization of substances of concern. This means that you must identify any substances of concern in your packaging and replace them with alternative substances where possible. A substance of concern is an umbrella term that not only includes substances of very high concern, or SVHCs, on the REACH candidate list, but also includes persistent organic pollutants regulated under the EU POPs regulation, as well as over 3,000 substances listed under 13 hazard classes of the EU's CLP, or Classification, Labeling and Packaging Regulation. Supply chain data collection for substances of concern can prove very challenging because safety data sheets cannot be used for substance and article reporting. The second requirement is the restriction of 4 heavy metals in packaging: cadmium, mercury, lead, and hexavalent chromium. This restriction is carried over from the previous EU packaging directive, but now manufacturers of packaging will need to show proof of compliance with the restriction in the technical file for CE conformity. Thirdly, there are labeling requirements. Your packaging must include the manufacturer's name and address, and if the manufacturer is a non-EU company, the EU importer's details must also be labeled on the packaging. Fourthly, and very importantly, this is a CE conformity regulation. That means that you'll need to compile a technical file demonstrating compliance with PPWR in a similar way that you would create a technical file to demonstrate compliance with the RoHS directive. This includes conducting a CE conformity assessment to check that the packaging complies with the requirements of the regulation, and drawing up an EU declaration of conformity for every packaging type you use. Here's where many industrial companies get caught off guard. Compliance is about design to make the packaging CE conform, backed by real data and detailed information on materials and composition. Additionally, if you sell packaging or packaged products in multiple EU countries, you may need extended producer responsibility, EPR in short, registration in each of these EU member states, with ongoing annual reporting and payment of recycling fees. The big change from the previous directive is that industrial packaging is now also in scope of EPR requirements. The risk is straightforward. If your packaging isn't compliant, your products will not have EU market access, and you will be unable to fulfill customer contracts. So if you're not already reviewing your packaging specifications and collecting material data, you're behind for the August 2026 deadline. Now is the time to act. Thank you very much.